Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how to automate your client weekly reporting using Smartlead and Make so you can have every week a report that is being sent across all of your clients, fully automatic with all of their best KPIs without having you to do any manual work or having any risk of errors. So that being said, let's dive right in. So I'm going to try to show you as much as possible. I think the goal of this video is not going to be like a copy paste automation because that will last way too long. It's just to show you like some inspiration and what you could be doing for your agency. So basically to start with the front end, so how my client sees the reporting, we've got this. So it's an email that is sent every Monday at 5 and they get like an HTML email, which is like my branding, and basically as like custom variables, I get this company name. So sorry, this one is in French. It's just, it was the first example I had, but it doesn't change anything except like the language. So company name, date of the week, numbers of meetings generated since beginning of collaboration, a quick Loom video. So that is the only manual part. And basically I get a reminder, like, I think it's the day before the reporting, I go shoot a Loom and basically with the client's data. And then I just take the Loom link and put it somewhere in the Google Sheet. I'll show you right after. And then it takes it inside the reporting. It lasts like only 5 minutes, not even per client. Then recap of the last 7 days, people contacted, email sent with variation on the last 7 days, variation on the last 7 days. Reply, new lead, new meetings with the rates and the variation on the last 7 days. Recap of last 30 days, unique prospect, emails, replies, leads, meetings, and also rate, same variation, best campaign of the month, and then website, their Notion page, and Smartlead access if needed. And so, yeah, basically I got all of this information there. Also, you might notice new meetings booked. This is not something that you can like easily track inside Smartlead. I'll also show you how to do this one. But basically all of this is automated. And there's a few reasons why I wanted to do this. The first one is to be very close to my data, like forget all the fancy like branding, etc. Just knowing your numbers, I realize it's so helpful, like having like accurate data to know your numbers, like just like knowing in general how many emails you need to send to book meetings across all of your clients, all different offers. Also, when I jump on a call, like the client success call, like every 2 weeks with a client, I've got all of the data. It's so much easier for me to like tell with the client what's going on in full transparency. Like I had this example, like I think it was like a month or 2 weeks ago, where basically we started really well with a client. We were booking meetings and then the campaign suddenly stopped. And instead of just saying like, yeah, we're trying to figure out what's happening, I had all the data to show the client. And then I showed him like, exactly, this is how many meetings we were booking. And when we were booking this amount of meeting, this was the reply rate. Now we're not booking any meetings, but if we go up the funnel, we can see that the reply rate has also like very drastically decreased. So we're not booking meetings because we're not getting reply, and this can be due to deliverability. And then we can really like assess in detail what's going on. And if you show your client you can control this and everything's under control, even though you're not performing, I'm not saying like it's going to be 100% the case, but your churn rate is going to be way lower because like they know what's going on and they know you're basically like fixing it and you've got the right information to fix it. So that is it to give you like some context. Now, let me show you actually what's going on behind the curtains. So we've got this Make automation. I use Make to do all of this. I think it's better than Zapier. Basically, I used to have a really complex automation to run all of this. Now it's actually pretty simple. If you look at it, it doesn't even look scary at all. So first module is listing all of the campaign. So I list all of the campaigns with client ID. So here in a Google Sheet, can I move? Let me show you. Let me try to zoom. I can't show you the full screen, unfortunately. Can I move this? Yeah, so basically this is just a Google Sheet. You can see client ID, email sent, person contacted, reply, And so I'm doing this only every 7 days. And I used to do this. So if I go back to my automation, just to give you some context, I used to, because basically you want to compare your data with different timeframes. You want to do like 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 90 days, as much timeframes possible. So you can compare and say, like, there's no point just saying like this is the data in the last 7 days. You want to compare the data with other time frame, so you can see whether like there is an increase or a decrease and compare this with like previous data. So I used to run the analytic thing like 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. But what's happening inside of Smartlead is that usually like after 30 days, I will delete some campaigns because just the numbers of leads like here, it's getting too big. So I need to delete campaigns and then I lose all of the data. So now every 7 days, I only like calculate a certain amount of data and then I store all of this data for later on. So I've got this sheet and basically takes all of the data, puts it inside this sheet, and basically it keeps all of the data for like forever. Basically, it just adds on new row, and each time it does this, it uses a timestamp, and basically I use this timestamp to then in another Google Sheet I do filtering. So I ask him like, okay, email sent in the last 7 days. You can see here with a formula, and then for 14 days I do. Can I show you? 14 days I do the same, but I do it here minus 14, minus 7, etc., until I go maximum. I go 3 months ago. Email sent minus 90, minus 60, and then I do all time. All time is very easy. You just forget the timestamp and you do everything. So don't try to like separate your analytics period. Just do like this way. It's way easier and it's more like a long-term solution. But anyway, so list all of the campaigns. I use an iterator, array, aggregator, basically. So this, like the purpose of doing this is to list all of the campaigns ID, and it's not like, and everything is being run, and then it only moves forward until everything has been ran, and then it continues. Because if you don't use these, it's gonna put one campaign ID and then straight away jump to campaign analytic without having the other like campaign ID fetching. So I do all of this. Then once I listed all of the campaign ID, client ID, I start analyzing all of the campaign ID, because you need the campaign ID to get all of the data. Then once I have all of the data, I put it inside Google Sheet where I showed you right here, only email sent, new person contacted, reply rate. And then this is coming from actually here. So only email sent, person contacted, reply, and timestamp. Very easy stuff. Then I wait again. And then basically I ask a make to go in my other sheet, which is like more formatted. And this have everything all time, basically. And it runs through all of this timestamp, everything all time. I've got this, and then I've also got here, so positive reply and meetings booked. And how I do this is basically I've got another sheet which is unique per client. So like this. And basically this is a logger, and each time there's a new meeting booked or a new positive reply, it's being logged in a Google Sheet. So I can then use this data. It looks here, it looks status, it looks at meeting booked, and it looks at the time. So it's going to say like, okay, we are the 30th. In the last month, I can count 1, 2, 3. I can count 3 meeting booked for this client, and then it's saying 3 meeting booked. So this is how it works, like in a overview look. So this is for positive replies, meeting booked. And if we go back to the make, and then basically it sends an email to the prospect. It finds the day of the week. And basically this is just like a template. You can go on Google and put like, I think I used something called B3 or something like this, like HTML template. And you see, this is all the HTML. And basically here you've got everything, company name, results, like this, for example, meeting booked all time. It's, if I go here, it is, where can I go? It is right, meeting booked all time. It is here, and this is the data that is here, to give you an example. So it's pulling stuff from the Google Sheets. And what else can I show you? Oh yeah, and also, so which is super cool is once you have like this master Google Sheet with all of your clients, all of the data, you can use this to do custom reporting for my clients. So this is probably going to get better. Like it keeps getting better like every month, but to show you where I'm at the moment, how it looks like, I build this reporting sheet for my clients so they can access this like anytime. And basically it looks like this. So email sent last 3 months, person contacted last 3 months, leads generated, meetings booked, answers, and then I've got last 7 days, and which are some cool stuff. I've got some I've got basically some rates, some like ratio. So this is ratio per interested lead, ratio per booked meeting. And then if I go all time, which is the most important part, I've got ratio for leads, interested leads, ratio for booked meetings. And then I can do this across all my clients to get some like pretty cool data. So I can know exactly, okay, across all my however 10, 15 clients, I know that the ratio of meeting booked is 1 out of 2,000 leads. And so now I know when I onboard a new client and I promise him I'm going to book you 5 meetings, I just know how many emails I got to send, and it's that easy. Basically, this is why I do it. So this is pretty much it, I think, for this part. Obviously, I think you're not going to be able to copy paste, but it gives you some inspiration. If ever you got any questions or any stuff, feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to help you build some of this. See you soon.